to share with you a message entitled The Mysteries of the Mind. And let us first look at a story. For example, a story in the Bible which is on the day, because they say on the day when the Christian church was started, a powerful sermon was given. And they say the people who had it were about 3,000. And they said those who had it, some people mocked the sermon. And now you say, why would someone mock at a very beautiful sermon? Because they were the mockers, so they are there to mock. Then they said, there are some people who had the message and they laughed. Now you will wonder, why would someone laugh at a very powerful and life-transforming message? It is because they are laughers. They are there to laugh at everything. And then they continue to say that when some people, a certain group of people, heard the message, they say they believed in the message and their lives were transformed. So then how do you build the business? How do you build the church? You make another sermon, you make another presentation, you make another meeting, and some who will hear will believe. Some will mock and some will laugh. And then you make another, and you still look for those who will believe. And mostly in business, in life, in relationships, we always look for those people who will believe. And there will always be there people who will believe in our visions, who will believe in our voice, and they will be supportive. They will be supportive and they will support us in whatever we do. And in that story, you don't hear that another sermon was put to perplex the perplexed, to talk about the mockers. No, they continued with the usual business. And therefore, what do I say? What do we learn from this one? In whatever you do, there are always people who will mock you. There will always be people who will be perplexed, who will be confused about what you're doing. And there will always be those people who will understand you, who will understand your vision, who will understand what you stand for. And everybody looks for those people, and they will always be there. So what you do is to satisfy those people and to continue doing that which you stand for, which you believe is right to be done, and continuing developing abilities and skills which will enable you succeed in life and stand at great tables of life and be invited in great places, because they say a man is gifted will make room for him. And therefore those abilities that you have and all the skills that you've acquired and that passion for serving humanity that you have, just continue. Let that energy and zeal continue. Please don't shy away. Continue. Though there are some people mocking, but continue. Because one day they will look at you and say, wow, this is so great. Because so some people, when they can see what you see, maybe they will try to sabotage. But sometimes God makes it in a way whereby some people will not understand what you're doing, what it will lead to. But it is you yourself who sees what you're doing, what it will lead to. Because sometimes in life, most people don't start well, but their end has always been good because they've been resilient, they've been passionate about what they do. Because look at it, and always life chooses people who are resilient, who are passionate about what they do. And even God does the same thing He does. He doesn't choose people who give up, people who do half work, people who are not committed. For example, when the Church of God, when the Church of Christ was persecuted in the days of Saul, when he was not yet turned to become Apostle Paul, guess who was appointed to lead the church? You know, because we very well know the story of Paul. Paul started as people who were persecuting the Church of Christ. He wasted it, he squandered it, he did many things about the church. But one day when he was at his trip to Damascus, he decided to make this trip. He had even consulted authorities and got a license to do whatever he wanted to the church members. But God chose him. He says, Paul, why do you persecute me? And then he turned him. Now he became Paul the Apostle, who wrote Ephesians, Corinthians, and many books. and he is the one who was chosen. Why? And you realize that the same things Paul was doing before he changed to the church is the same. That same passion, that same zeal, and being committed is the same thing that he continued to do. So when we are committed, when we are resilient, and we are believers and faithful, we will achieve every goal that we set out to do. And we are in it to win. We are in it to win. And we are not quitters. Because quitters never win. And if you were a quitter, please don't bother to listen to this. This is for people who are persistent, who know what they want in life, and they are ready to pay the price to obtain that promise. You see? And you realize this is Paul, this man who comes up with statements that he lost. He says, all the things that I had gained, I counted it all them down, that I may win a better thing, that I may win Christ. Because what do we learn from this? If you get a better promise, if you set a better goal, it is advisable you forget the former things that you used to set, which could not get you anywhere. Now it's time that you focus on this worthy idea, on this wonderful relationship, on these wonderful business ideas, and on this course that you've chosen to do. Regardless of the things you did in the past and didn't work out. Now you've gotten the knowledge, you are skilled, and now you've set out a new goal. It's time now not to look behind of the things that failed, but it's time now to look forward. As Paul said, that this one thing I do, forgetting the past and looking forward to the crown, because the crown is always ahead and it's not always in the past. So if we want the crown, that means we have to focus on the future, to focus ahead, and we develop our abilities, all our talents, and we commit to them, and we focus. And we need to have what we call a laser focus if we are to achieve great things in life, if we are to achieve permanent success. Because some people, the problem is they have the skills and the energy, but their only problem is that they lack a laser focus. They are a jack of all trades. One time they are doing this, another day they are doing the other. There are people who never finish. You see, there are people who just lay foundations and ground. They never set up the building, they never do roofing to finish what they started. Yes, yet the goal is to finish and you see results. Whereby if those people are assessed at the end of the day, you realize they have not made any progress. They have just made many things, but they are not doing anything. They are just busy bodies who do work throughout all the day. But when you assess them, when you assess their results, you realize they are very low on the scale. On 10, you can just give them 2. They are not anywhere, yet they are very busy, very tired. You see? And last I'll talk about knowledge, because knowledge is something great which opens our eyes. That's why when I come here on the Epignosis TV, we talk about ideas, because I believe like a puzzle. There is that one missing thing to complete the puzzle, one missing thing to complete the idea. So we talk about that thing, because that's why in the knowledge we say you just keep on going to seminars, listening to such beautiful message about personal development, about success and motivation. Then one day you say, now I can see, now I can start my own business. Now I've seen the changes that I need to make in my relationships. Now I've seen how I can focus on my course and finish it. Now I've seen what I'm passionate, I've realized what I'm passionate about it, and I won't leave it. I'll continue to focus on it and I will finish it. You see, that's how we do great things. That's how our names become great. Like what Shakespeare says, he says, what is it in a name? Whereby if people mention your name, what comes into their mind? You see, like when they mention men like, you see, like when they mention men like Dr. Mosmono, you will hear a great teacher about the kingdom of God. You see, there is something about them. When they mention Messi, football, when they mention Ronaldo, football, But then how about you? What have you really contributed to humanity? What have you really contributed to your family? And if you have not yet done so, we don't blame you. We don't judge you. No, we are not here to judge you. We are not here to condemn you. But we are here to say, can we rise together? Can we grow together now? Can we focus on the things which elevate us and the things which also elevate other people? Can we work on our esteem? Can we work on our confidence? And can we work on our esteem? Because they say mostly income does not exceed personal development. You see, because most of the times maybe income can jump beyond your personal development, but again it will still come down. I think you've seen people who win lottery, but again after a few days he's broke, he's addicted on drugs because of the money he won. He was not ready to that level where he can handle. I know in life there are many things we seek for, but they are also seeking us, seeking to find us. But the version of ourselves cannot access those things, cannot keep and maintain those things. So instead of going out, I want a wife, instead of going out, I want maximum, no. Can you assess yourself? Can you grow in your mind, in your intellect, and in your emotions? Because once you do that, your intellectual okay, your mental, you have a peace of mind, you can handle things very well, those things will come to you. Those things will come to you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for choosing us. God bless you.